Hello, and welcome to the Film Pittsburgh Fall Festival Q&A with the filmmaking team from Those Who Remained, a shortlisted Academy Award nominated film from Hungary, directed by Barnabas Toth and starring Abigél Lenke. I'm not sure I'm not saying her name correctly. So I'm thrilled to be here with you today. We had planned to show your film in the J Film Festival back in the spring, but got canceled because of the coronavirus. I'm thrilled to be able to include it in our fall festival, and I welcome you today and look forward to talking to you about this amazing film. Can you both introduce yourselves, say your names, Barnabas, and just tell us your roles on the film?
Okay, hello, Catherine. Hello, everybody. It's nice to be here, and sorry to only being here, like on the cyber world. So, yes, I am the director and the co-writer of this film based on a novel. So I wrote the script with another lady and directed the movie. And my name is Barnabas Toth. Hi.
Hi. Well, thank you for having me. I'm Abigél Szőke, and yes, I was the main actress of the movie.
My dog just barked. I don't know if you could hear that, but could you guys hear that?
Something weird from the background.
Yeah, she'll cut it out. Abigél, if you could just say your name again, that'd be great.
My name is Abigél Szőke.
And what did you play the leading role in the film? The character was 16 in the film?
Yes, from 16 to 21 years old.
Mm-hmm. And how old are you now?
I'm 22.
Mm-hmm. What was it like playing that role? You were so brilliant, if I may say, in my opinion. In this film, you just captured this young girl so completely. And what was that like for you playing this role of a young Holocaust survivor?
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was a very long process, and we worked a lot. Because the character has very different things. Like sometimes she's very low, aggressive, and sometimes she's like very inside. And then at the end of the movie, she got into a woman, and so we worked a lot with Barna to have these things, and it was amazing to work on this movie.
It was, yes. Barnabas, how did you come to want to make the film? Had you read the book, or did somebody present it to you?
Actually, I knew the author before I knew her book. She's a psychologist, a practicing one. She's quite famous, and she wrote a lot of books on her profession, but only one fictional book. And one day I was just curious and read that book and fell in love with these wonderful characters and these very wisely written dialogues. And it was very movie-like, those situations. So that's how I started to think about it as a potential movie. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. In all the years I've been doing my job, there's always really incredible Holocaust films to choose from, and I couldn't remember seeing one quite like this, where you really delved into the lives of two people in particular, an older gentleman who Abigél's character meets when she goes to the doctors. He's the doctor. And then Abigél's character, Clara, who the movie goes so into depth about how they are dealing with the loss that they experienced and how they're managing after returning home. So I thought it was just really beautiful and well done. Can you talk to us a little bit about the response of the film? the response to the film?
Yes, of course. Yes, well, to the first part of your question, of your remark, which I thank you a lot. Yes, I was interested in this other aspect of the Holocaust because, as even the author says on the back cover of her book, she wanted to focus on the positive side, on the positive human beings, and of the aftercome of the Holocaust, because we've seen so many times the evil and the prisoners and the camps, but we never, literature or cinema rarely cared about how people survived and how people dealt with their trauma and how they moved on with the power of love, like our case or the case of this story. So the response from the audience was quite positive in general. They were. I had the chance to travel almost all around the entire globe last year with the movie, from Cairo, Egypt, to Busan, Korea.
Wow.
And I saw that this film had kind of universal meaning or not message. I don't like the word message when we talk about movies. It's not a political statement or anything. It's just, it reflects on general human feelings, and I wanted to focus so much on general human feelings that I was happy to see that it touched the audience almost no matter where I went with the movie.
Yeah, it was very, the feelings were universal. Absolutely. Yes. Abigail, tell us about, how did you find Barnabas? How did you find your young actor?
So how I found Abigail? Yes, it was a classical casting procedure. She showed up relatively early, and at least 2 casting agents advised her, because she had some theater experience before and cinema experience as well. So she was on the map of casting agencies. But I met at least 50 girls, and I received at least 100 videos. So I kind of narrowed down the choices all the time, and at last there was already the 3 best, so to say. And finally, the best thing is, when I was really convinced, is that first I chose Abigail, and then kind of we chose together which Aldo to be with, in a way, because there were still 2 Aldos in competition, and we had some rehearsals with both of them, and then I kind of bought that couple, Károly Hajdú as Aldo and Abigail, both of them. But I was really, really very lucky with Abigail, because she's really amazing, and I discovered her potential and her talent throughout the casting. I got closer and closer with my camera to her face, and we get deeper and deeper into how to act on camera, and she got just better and better from meeting to meeting.
Well, it was a fantastic job. And Abigail, can you talk to what it was like being on this film set? This was your first big sort of major role that you did?
Yes, actually, it was my first big role. Yes, so it was quite deep into the water, or how do they call it? But it was. I was so grateful to be in a story like that, because the whole story is like so beautiful. So I think I was very lucky to be in that movie.
Yeah, thank you. So tell us, Barnabas, what are you working on now? I just have to share with the Pittsburgh audience that we did show your film. Tell me the name of it, because I can't remember. Chuchataj.
Yeah,
Shushataj at Pittsburgh Shorts, either last year or the year before. And it was shortlisted also for an Academy Award nomination, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and it was a wonderful film. And they're so different. So I was pleasantly surprised to learn that you directed that film also. And
I'm pleasantly surprised that Pittsburgh has so good taste to choose twice a Barnabas Toth movie consecutively.
Yes, very good. Thank you. I'll take it. So what are you working on now? I mean, Are you having the ability to do anything with coronavirus? Where are you located?
I'm located in Budapest.
Okay.
I live there, and yes, I have a new film project, and we just had the green light from the National Film Institute. So that means that we're going to produce the movie in first, next spring. So around March, April. It's about the whole film is set on a train leaving the country in '56, full of refugees, just after the defeat of the revolution, and it's a kind of action movie because this is about a young couple moving on this train, and there is some treasure in it, and there is a chess match, because it's based partly on a Stefan Zweig short story called Chess Novella. So yeah, it's a different genre.
Sure. So make sure you send that to us so we can consider it and show it to our audience. Abigail, what about yourself? Where are you right now? Tell our audience where you are.
I am right now at the university, the Hungarian, it's based in Budapest, the University of Theatre and Movie. So this is my first year here, and it's quite intense because it's the situation is quite political. I think I don't have the vocabulary for that, but the university students don't want that the political things. Barna.
Yeah, I mean, it's under the university is now under political attack. They want to change the whole management to a new one, which is forced by the government, and the students are just staying inside the building since 1st of September. So for 2 months, they don't leave, or they just leave in exchange. And 2 days ago, it was actually the anniversary of the '56 revolution, because it's the 23rd of October. So maybe 10 or 20,000 people were protesting beside the students. So it's like a symbol of liberty and independence right now in the middle of Budapest and the middle of the country.
Wow. So stay safe, Abigail. I hope you're okay. And I am so grateful to both of you for sharing your time with us today. Again, the film is so exquisite, and you both were, the directing and the acting were just so amazing. So thank you for sharing, or allowing us to share that movie with our audience. And stay safe, everyone. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you too, Catherine.
Thank you. Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.